Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Josuke. Good morning, Cece. How's everyone today? It is a snowy afternoon in Montreal, but here we are. We've got some Steam games to look at. Not many of them today. We only have, I think, 11. Yes, only 11 new games to look at today. We have quite a few more games to review, but that always tends to go pretty fast. So, we might as well get to it. Some interesting ones on the docket for review today, but we are going to start with ASU Global, which was, okay, it was one of the, I think this is a mobile port MMO. I don't remember this one at all, unfortunately. It had one positive review and one negative review day of. It's gotten considerably more. I estimated that it would get to 33. It got to 28, but it has kept almost the same ratio, kind of. It's still mostly negative. Let's see what people are complaining about. Boring game, no auction, no trade. Okay, so mostly just not having the features that people expect in an MMO, I think. It is free to play, though, so that's a thing. All right. Gonna move on to our next one, which is called Bad Cat Sam. All right, yeah, this is the rather bizarre game where you're playing a cat who like ruins everybody's life. This is definitely a new trailer. They changed the trailer because before it was very unclear who you were playing, and it kind of looked like you were playing this old guy. So they've updated the trailer to be more clear that you were playing Sam, who is this fat cat. It had 19 positive reviews day of, because it had picked up almost 600 followers. And currently, I guessed it would get to 80. It got to 54, so it didn't get quite as high as I was expecting. But it's doing decently. It's made about $8,000, so that's neat. I'm glad Sam's doing well. All right. Our next game is Ballistic Zen. Right, which was this cool wall running game. I thought this game looked really fun. You're running around these sort of abstract geometric environments, but you've got like rockets attached to your arms, so you can like jump and wall run and stuff. I thought it looked very cool. It had 9 reviews day of. I guess it would get to 33, and it got to 30, so almost perfect estimates on my part. Yay! I like being reasonably good at what I do. Yeah, this one looks cool. I'm hoping that they keep making stuff because I thought it was a cool idea. All right, next one is Brick Odyssey. Right, this is the Breakout Peggle game, or Poglin game. Can't remember. Peglin, but with Breakout. That was this one. It had 3 positive reviews day of. I guess it would get to 7, but unfortunately it got to 2, which means at least one of the reviews from before must have been a product received for free or something. Yeah, so it looks like they have a lot of reviews from people who received the product for free. Unfortunately, that doesn't count for Steam, and that means that it is not in cat tier, which is where I was expecting. Instead, it is stuck in hamburger tier, meaning they've only made maybe $800, which is a bummer because I thought this was a cool idea and a variant on Peglin that could have done well. Yeah, bummer on that one. All right. Whoops, that's not what we want. Our next game is Bus Simulator Car Driving, which is the Inspector Studios game for that day. It had 1 negative review. I guess it would get to 3, and it has actually gotten to 7, which I think is the highest results that I've seen for an Inspector Studios game. It means they've made about $400, which for them, I guess it makes sense, right? Like if you could consistently make $400 off of about $100 worth of investment, I guess, I mean, that would work. That would work. So good on Inspector Studios. I can see financial viability there. All right. Moving on to our next one, which is called Call of Tree, which was this very strange game. Yes, I remember this one. This is a game about walking around and talking to interesting trees, and also apparently like just killing wildlife, like just lots of wildlife. It had no reviews day of. I thought it might get to 1, and it did, but it's 1 negative 1. very little gameplay. Talking to trees is the main thing that you do. Yeah. So that's Call of Tree. Next game is Clunky Hero. Where you're a little guy with a broom and a bucket on your head. All right. I think this had a different trailer. Oh, can't get them to. Huh. All right, this one looked pretty cool. It had 69 reviews day of, and it has gone down. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder what happened there. Yep, purchase type again. It looks like they gave away a bunch of keys for free. I guess if we got to 83, I was incorrect, but it's still doing okay. They've made about 22 to maybe $30,000. Yeah, not doing too badly. And I hope they continue to do well, because it looks like people are enjoying that game, and it looks pretty cool. All right, next one is the one I think improved the most today, which is called David Slade Mysteries Case Files. I don't remember this one. Is this a VR game? It is. Okay, so this is a VR game about crime scene stuff? Why don't I remember this? This looks cool. I mean, I definitely looked at it, but I don't remember it. It had one positive review day of. I guessed it would get to 7, and it got to 8, which were 7 positive to 1 negative. So not doing too badly. Somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 worth of income on this one. Yeah. All right, cool. Then we have one whose title I remember, but I can't remember the game. This is called Death Swap End as One. Oh, which is a asymmetric horror game. Yes, I do remember this one. Yeah, there's this sort of weird tall person. You're in a laboratory, and you and your friends are trying to get out while one of the people are playing the monster. It had 17 reviews day of. I guessed it would get to 40, and it has done considerably better than I expected. Got to 102. So, yeah, much better than I thought. It is a free-to-play game, so yeah, you want to check it out? You totally can. Our next game is me putting in things incorrect. Desktop Dungeons. Desktop Dungeons Rewind. Huh. Okay. I mean, it's a turn-based RPG, I guess, but I don't recognize the trailer. I think they've released a new trailer. Morning, Para. This game had 5 reviews day of. I guessed it would get to 20, and it did better than I expected. It got to 23, and it is also free. Okay, let's try Dot. Dot is our next game, which is a game about being a little dot. Yeah. All right, this had 3 reviews day of, 3 positive reviews. I guess it would get to 7, but it only got to 4. It is also free to play. Then we have Eastern European Train Sim, which was this game. Right, this was a Atomic Fabric and Christian Menelaki game. About being a train. All right, it had no reviews day of. I guess it would get to 2, but it did not get to any. So, not a particularly strong showing for Atomic Fabric and Christian Menelaki. Moving on, then we had a prologue for Elder Trial. Elder Trial Prologue, which was a horde survival game where you play as a little Naga person. Little snake. All right, it had 18 reviews day of. I guess it would get to 67 because I thought it would do pretty well, but it only got to 46. It is a prologue for a larger game, so we'll see how the actual game goes when it comes out. Alright, moving on to Eon of the Green, which was a text-based RPG with weird visuals. Oh, right, yes. I remember this now. Yeah. where it's got a text adventure thing and it's got an environment that you're kind of exploring. I thought that was cool. It had 2 reviews day of. I guess it would get to 3, but it has done considerably better than I expected. It got to 13. It is also free to play, so if you want to try it out, it's right there. Forbidden Escape. I only vaguely remember this one. It's an action-adventure game. Oh, right, where you have, like, green glowing hams. Also, I think this was... Yes, this is made by a school team. So this is a school team game. I thought it looked pretty cool. It had 6 total reviews day of. I guess it would get to 17, and it got to 16. So they're doing pretty good. Also free to play. I thought it was pretty cool looking. And they had some excellent animation for a student project. Moving on to Forest of Relics. Right, it had young ladies doing platforming. It had 1 review day of, I guess it would get to 10, but it has exceeded expectations. It got to 33. So, yep. It got to 33. Just gonna leave it there. All right, moving on to our next game, which is Fork Scythe. Right, which was this very strange sort of riff on Devil Daggers, where you had a fork and a scythe, and like a stick and a mirror, I think? Yeah, it was a mirror to be able to see behind you. Anyway, you're shooting like flying skulls and stuff. It looked pretty cool. It had 1 review day of. I guess it would get to 17, but I was very wrong. It only got to 2, which is too bad because, I mean, it's very weird, but, you know, Devil Daggers is fun. So maybe this one is too? I have no idea. All right. Then I think we had one of the games coming out of early access. Maybe? Was this coming out of early access? No, it was not. However, it is considerably... It's getting much worse reviews than I expected. Huh. Alright, this is Handyman Corporation. It's a game about being a handyman, where you fix stuff. It had 64 total reviews, and like a few negative reviews, like 13 negative reviews before. I guess it would get to 67, and I was wrong. It got all the way to 90, but most of those additional reviews are negative. So I wonder what that means. Interesting. All right. Assuming that all the reviews in this are authentic, and it has made as many reviews as Boxlighter method would suggest, it's made somewhere between $25,000 and $40,000. But it may not. But that may not be true. Like some of these reviews may not be. There may be something hinky going on with the reviews there. All right, our next game is the big one for that day, which was Hi-Fi Rush, which was this game, this sort of rhythm combat cartoony game. I thought it looked very cool. Came out, was announced and released on the same day, which is a very high-risk strategy. And on the first day, they got to 486 reviews, which is extremely good. I estimated that they would get to 3,333, and they blew past that by almost 3 times. So they are sitting at 10,591. Extremely good, though they were already kind of in Diamond tier, and they're still in Diamond tier. They've just made 3 times as much money. So good on them. This game is very pretty and very cool. Also, an extremely daring marketing strategy of just trying to do the game right away. I think if we take a look at how this game has fared compared to Forsaken, yeah, it's done considerably better, right? These 2 games were released roughly the same time, and one was like, wow, this came out of nowhere and was great, and the other one was like, we've waited for this for so long, and it disappointed everybody, which is a bit of a bummer. And you can see that you do have to make a game that people like, because Forsaken on the first day did sell more, like 3 times as much as Hi-Fi Rush, but Hi-Fi Rush has since surpassed it by 3 times. So within the first month, it has done better, and I expect Hi-Fi Rush will continue to do well, because it looks really good. All right, moving on. This is a game by Hide. This is Hidden Post-Apocalyptic 4 top-down 3D. which is on sale for $130 and involves just finding objects in a 3D environment and clicking on them. I guess that they would get no reviews, but instead they have 10 reviews, which is what all of their games get. 10 positive, 2 negative. They always get that. So that's the thing. All right. Moving on to the next one, which is called The Night of the Parking Lot. Right, where you were a little kid doing like cool dodge rolls and fighting robots in your backyard. It had 2 reviews they have. I thought it would get to 2, but it got to 3, so they exceeded expectations. That still puts it in Glass of Milk tier, so I don't think this game is burning up the charts exactly. Next game is M-Doll. M-Doll. Right. Right, I remember this capsule and thinking it was very, very strange. Right, and this is actually an interactive film, like a very weird interactive film project. I kind of felt a bit strange about reviewing this one as a game. It had no reviews day of. It's gotten to 21, apparently. It's free if you want to check it out. Looks very strange. All right, moving on to Nebula. Right, Nebula. Okay, Nebula is a horde survival game in space, and it got 10 reviews day of. I estimated it would get to 33, and it has exceeded expectations. It got to 51, meaning that it has revenue somewhere between $5,000 and $8,000. I thought this one would kind of suffer because of the visuals. I thought that it was kind of hard to tell that these visuals were that the enemies were spaceships. But that might just be me. I mean, clearly it's doing pretty well, so good on them. Next game is P.E.N.A.A.N.C.E, which is a boomer shooter set in hell. It had no reviews day of. I guessed it would get to 2, but instead it just picked up no additional reviews at all. This was an interesting one because it was like, this looked like, a boomer shooter set in hell, like we've seen before, but it had almost nothing to differentiate it from the others. So I remember thinking that it probably wouldn't do particularly well because of that, where it was just sort of like, why would I play this game and not any of the other games that are very, very similar to it? And then we have probably my favorite game from this from this day back a month ago, which was Pets Hotel Prologue, which is a game about building a hotel for pets. Yep, it's a game about building a hotel for pets and then playing with cute animals. I highly approved of this. It had 53 reviews day of. I guess it would get to 133, and they blew past my expectations, delighting me to no end. Getting all the way up to 228 reviews, leaving me hopeful that when Pets Hotel the proper comes out, it will do very well. So, good job, them. Moving on to our next game, which is Sinister, which was this game where you're this little dude and you walk around and pick up coins, and there are rats. Yes, I remember being kind of confused by this one, day of. It had two positive reviews, and I thought it would get to 7, but I was incorrect. It stayed at 2. So I think negligible sales on this one, revenue somewhere around $50. Kind of a weird one. All right, moving on to our next game, which is Sky Fighter Arcade. Right, which is a top-down space shooter with kind of neon graphics. It had no reviews to have. I guess it would get to 2, but it did not get to any. So, yeah, negligible sales on this one. Our next review is Super Kids Racing, which was a very basic-looking kart racer kind of game. Yeah. Low-poly environments with surprisingly detailed little car models. No reviews. Day of, I guess it would get to 2, but it got to none, so no additional sales on this one. Then we have Tamerlane. Right, which is about riding around on horses and shooting people with arrows, I think. Yep. It had no reviews day of. I guess we get to 1, but it has exceeded expectations, getting to 4, putting it somewhere in hamburger tier. Revenue somewhere between $600 and $800. Okay. Next one is Madness of Death. Madness of Death was a creeping around in the dark with a flashlight game. Yep. It had 9 reviews they have, 4 of which were negative. I guess it would stay at 9. I guess I didn't think it would get more sales, but it did get a few. It got to 13, picking up a few more positive reviews, putting it solidly in the middle of hamburger tier. Okay, getting towards the end of our review period, we have Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. I remember this one was one of the... yes, this is the game where you get to build different like battleships and like add and remove guns to them, and then you fight with them on a RTS style grid map, right? This was a out of early access release, so this was a 1.0 release. It had almost 3,000 reviews day of, and I thought it would get about 10% more, but it turns out that when you change how you count reviews, sometimes you end up with other purchases eating up all of the additional reviews. So it's hard to tell how many, if any, they gained, because at least according to my spreadsheet, they actually lost reviews. Still, that does put them solidly into the lower end of Diamond tier, with revenues somewhere between 2 and 3 million. Not bad on their part. Next game is Winter Thunder. Right, which was a hex-based World War II game about tanks, I think. No reviews day of. I guess it would get to 2, but it has not picked up any additional sales at all. All right, and our last game for our review period is Yao, Ye Old World. Right, which was a physics destruction game where you were like firing catapults and stuff at walls that would explode. And the trailer was really weird because it kept cutting away before you saw anything. It was very strange. Anyway, one review day of, I guess it would get to 5, but I was wrong. It stayed at 1, putting it in the lower end of hamburger tier, somewhere around there. And that's it for our review. If we take a gander at my overall accuracy statistics, they look pretty bad, but in terms of properly categorizing things into tiers, I was mostly accurate, except that a couple of games that I thought would be in hamburger tier ended up in glass of milk tier. If we check my previous stage results or the same kind of thing, usually it's kind of the same. I'm overestimating some games, and so far I have never been in a position where I have underestimated a bunch of games in terms of what tier they end up in. Usually it's more things end up in glass of milk tier than I expect. So that's grim. I already feel like I'm underestimating things all the time, so it's rough out there. All right. So that's it for our review period. I'm going to take a sip of coffee and stretch, and then I'm going to come back and we can look at our 11 games for today. Probably going to be a really short one, everybody. All right. Okay. Phase 2. And we are starting at 24 minutes in. All right. Our first game is a game called Aeolus Fighter 2. On sale for $5.84, down from $6.49, developed and published by XF Games. Now, we've seen Aeolus Fighter 1. It was on, I think, one of the first days that we looked at games. And I'm wondering if it will look exactly the same. It does. It looks almost identical. XF Games appears to recreate this game every couple of months and re-release it. They look almost the same. They have like Aeolus Fighter and Aeolus Fighter, and they're a different series, but they're little space shooters. They don't look like bad space shooters, but they just look very simple. They're all structured like this, where they have these sort of big panels down the sides, and you're shooting other spaceships. Yeah, this looks almost identical to Aeolus Fighter 1 and a bunch of their other games. I'm actually going to find Aeolus Fighter 1 so that we can see it. See? pretty much the same game. Yeah, very weird. Wait, hold on. I'm actually going to check to see what Aeolus Fighter 1 did. Right, Aeolus Fighter 1 had no sales. I think I'm probably going to estimate the same for this one, but we'll see their charts first. Okay, 1 player total. And Starpage went up on the 3rd of December. That's surprisingly early, but they only picked up 13 followers in that time. So yeah, I'm estimating 0 for both of those. I don't think this game will sell, but I also think that this is probably a port, and so selling on Steam is not necessarily that important for that team. All right, moving on to our next game, which is called Pogo Joins the Circus, which is for sale for $8.99. Developed by CRX Entertainment Pte. Limited and published by Favor Toys Studios BV. Pogo Joins the Circus takes the role of eponymous Pogo Joe, a boy on a pogo stick. Holding the joystick button lets Pogo Joe jump over a barrel or empty space width of a barrel. Falling off is impossible. All right. Okay. Not necessarily what I was expecting, but I guess yep, that's Pogo Joe. He's pogoing around on barrels and with unique patterns. Yep. Wow. I mean, that is a jump animation, isn't it? Okay. Very simple store page and no reviews. Okay, let's check their charts. 3 followers, and store page went up on the 10th of February. I'm gonna guess 0 and 1. Best of luck, CRX Entertainment. Moving on to the Grindstone, which has picked up no reviews. Very awkward capsule image, I would say. Hold on. The Grindstone is on sale for $23.39. Developed and published by Wolf's Moon Studios. This image looks like it's compressed, like it's been squished down, and also the text is really small and up too high. Just in general, like the graphic design of the capsule is very awkward. I would say get someone from Fiverr or something to just rearrange your elements so that they look cooler. Create a party of 4 and begin your open world adventure, slay monsters, complete quests, and find the magical treasure. Okay, we have an RPG adventure kind of game. Where you can apparently sail around to places like New Warkford to help towns. Alright, cool. We're just going to sail all the way to New Warkford. Slay mythical monsters. Oh, and then they have a battle system. Alright, cool. Grindstone. Very simple store page. Let's check their charts. Alright. Store page went up the 22nd of January. Oh wait, no, that's right. Yes, 22nd of January. Okay. How many followers did you get? 14. So not a great number. What am I thinking? I think probably 0 and 1 for this one. Yeah, not sure what to say about this. Again, doesn't look badly made, but doesn't look like it has a unique hook. Freedom to explore a world is not really necessarily a unique hook for this kind of game. There have been quite a few of them with that kind of hook, so... Alright. Moving on to Castle Destroyers, which has 1 negative review, is on sale for $6.49, and is developed and published by Arda Aslan. Castle Destroyers. We've seen you before. I thought I recognized the name of the studios. So I'm guessing this is coming out of early access. Is it? I definitely remember this, where you have this sort of the ability to chop wood, and the environment is very sort of flat, and then you can build towers and stuff. Yeah, we've definitely seen this before. I think this is an out of early access release, but it's multiplayer only and no one is playing. Ah, there we go. That old chestnut. Yes, always a danger when you are a small indie team. If your game is only available in multiplayer, then you're going to have trouble if no one is playing it. Huh. I'm going to have to dig back through this and figure out when this happened. Maybe this is when they released into early access? I think this is an early access release. Hard to say. Or they could have re-released the same game again, but I've definitely seen this game before. Okay, start page went up the 2nd of February. They did eventually manage to get all the way up to 14 followers, and they got 1 review. So I'm going to say lifetime guess is 1. High estimate, I think, is 2 on this one. Best of luck, Aslan, Arda Aslan. I look forward to seeing what you do next. Okay, moving on to Autumn Time Trade Up, which has 2 positive reviews for a total of 2. On sale for $3.89. Developed and published by Joby's Adventure Development Club. I wonder if this is like a school club or something doing this. A game about speed, optimization, and exploration. Meet loads of unique characters on your way to the top of the Spire. You are given 4 minutes to save Thanksgiving through various wacky means. Why release a Thanksgiving game in February? Okay. Can you get everyone to the top of the Spire for the perfect Thanksgiving feast? Oof. I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. Okay. There's a chicken. We're in a low poly environment. It's a first person game. I guess you run up a mountain? Maybe? At least they have a launch trailer. They have it now as available on Steam. That's good. Let's see what the reviews say. An incredible game. Highly recommend it, even if it's short. Was really fun speedrunning it. Speedrunning. Huh. Okay. Alright. Let's check their charts. Went up on February 6th. And picked up 7 followers. So, I think these 2 are probably their friends. Or their friends from Discord. That would be my guess. And, that's cool, but I don't know if it's particularly indicative of future success. So, I think I'm going to say low estimate is 2, high estimate is 4, maybe? Alright, we'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there. And also, I am fascinated by the idea of a club making a game. I think that's very cool. Alright. Our next game is Quacktown Smackdown, which has 3 positive reviews, 0 negative reviews, and a fantastic name. That is such a good name to say. Quacktown Smackdown. I love that. It is free to play, and it was developed by Demolition Ducks and published by Register Game Studios. Play as a rubber ducky in this third-person arena shooter. Utilize squirt guns and water abilities to sink your opponents to become top duck in the tub. Battle it out in the bubble bath battlefield or a stormy sandbox. Customize your ducky to make sure the lobby knows who is the Smackdown king. Just, what a bananas idea this is. Okay. Free-for-all frenzy. Alright, yep. You're playing as little rubber duckies. And shooting each other. Bananas. Alright, fair enough. I have some idea what this is. Crow is here. Of course Crow would find this game. The game is allowing me to customize my duck into a rice-protecting Viet Cong duck with a bikini on. What an odd choice, Crow. I should not have expected different. Washcloth. Sure. Let's see what the reviews say. I don't imagine that this game has bots, but we'll see. Alright, February 10th. So, no time to build up a following, only 16 followers, In terms of number of players, they have wildly oscillated between 1 and 4. I suspect this game may find it challenging to retain an audience base, but it is a hilarious idea. My low estimate, I think, is going to be 3, and I think my high estimate is going to be 6, I think. I would not be surprised if this did not get to 6, if it just stayed at 3, because, yeah, if you can't play the game, people won't play the game. Well, I mean, okay, I'm gonna say 10. It might do. It might pick up some stuff. It might pick up some stuff. All right, moving on to Scrappage, which has 3 positive and 0 negative reviews for a total of 3. On sale for $5.19, down from $6.49. Developed and published by Geek Spree. In this unforgiving roguelite twin-stick shooter, death awaits you behind every corner. Fight your way through hordes of monsters, eliminate bosses, and loot their valuable items and body parts. With them, you can enhance your own body, unlock powerful skills, and create your own unique builds. Okay. Considering the empty environments and the relative speed of the enemies chasing you, this is giving me horde survival game mode, or horde survival game ideas, but you do have a dash, directional attacks, and all right, looks kind of neat. Let's see what people are saying. Not bad, fun to play. It's a bloody cute game, worth it on sale, I guess. All right, neat. Let's see what their charts say. 11 people are playing it now. That's not too bad, with 16 at peak. They picked up only 18 followers, so that's a pretty good result for 18 followers. And they went up on the 25th of January, so a little while. Okay. I am, again, going to unfortunately anchor this at 3, and I'm going to say probably high end is 8, I think. All right, moving on to Secret of Dungeon. Secret of Dungeon, it has 4 positive and 4 negative reviews for a total of 8. It is a free-to-play game developed by Marlon Vinicius and published by Art Gamebit. Let me double check this. Art Gamebit. Yep, that's what it is. All right. I think this is a solo developer. Hello, Marlon. SOD is an indie MMORPG strategy game based in PvP combat as well as co-op, with dungeons and boss to be defeated in a group so you can have lots of fun and laughter. With several aspects of RPG-like trade between players, party system, and guild system, bracket/bracket. So I think there's a formatting error there. And you're a little naked dude, and there's another little naked dude, and there are slimes. The slimes, oh, okay, they do attack you, so you can fight them through an unusual menu system. Okay, it does look like you can eventually acquire clothes, always a bonus. And cool wings, again, always a bonus. Okay, curious way that they've done the fighting in this one. Let's see what people are saying. Quest and the general world text is in Portuguese, unplayable for people ignorant of the language. Let's see, are they misadvertising this, though? They do not have the languages information. Oh, no, haha. They don't even have the fact that it is in Portuguese in the languages here. Like, they don't have Portuguese to support it. They just have English. Weird choice. Game crashes when you try to register an account. The whole thing feels very sketchy. I'm glad I used a disposable email. Alright, so very mixed reviews there. There are, however, some people playing it with 20 a peak. And store page went up, quite a while ago. October 21st, 2020. They got to 74 followers, which is not a good followers per day at all, but isn't terrible. It is a free-to-play game. What am I going to guess? I'm going to guess, I think my low estimate is 10. I think my high estimate is going to be 30, I think. Marlon, if you made this game entirely on your own, I am incredibly impressed. Alright, moving on. To Pixeltown, Akanemachi Mystery, which has 6 positive reviews to 4 negative reviews for a total of 10. It is on sale for $10.39, down from $12.99, developed by Sprite Hills and published by Kaguya Games. Welcome to the small, quaint town of Akanemachi. Eerie disturbances have been popping up after a recent earthquake, shaking up the residents' lives. Aya, a perfectly normal woman of the town, takes it upon herself to investigate the mysteries and banish the looming evil. That is a capsule, that is. She's kind of scary. What's going on with her cheek? Alright. So... weird to show the game in this way. Why are we not zoomed in? That's weird. Okay, so looks like a walking around and talking to people's game, I guess. Pretty well put together store page, though it really heavily relies on this one image of this woman. I'm guessing this is supposed to be blush on her cheeks, but it definitely looks like something has gone wrong. I don't want to knock the artist, but that's a really weird choice for colors on her face. It kind of looks like her face is falling off. Very weird. Okay, it is a mystery game. It needs a gallery mode. Huh. Okay, it's kind of a mystery game, I guess. All right. Check their charts. 13 people playing it now with 37 at peak. Wow, they got up to 60 people playing it. That's surprising. All right, 197 followers. Not bad. And they went back to the 25th of January. An impressive number of followers per day, if I'm being honest. Low estimates. I'm guessing my low estimate is going to be 12, I think. My high estimate is going to be... what? 25, I think? Alright. Best of luck, Sprite Hills. Moving on to our second to last game. Man, we are going fast today. Alright. Our second to last game is called InSync, a co-op escape prologue. So we have a prologue for another game. This is a free-to-play game developed by Quacktown Games. InSync. Okay. Work together to solve puzzles and clear the escape rooms in this multiplayer co-op adventure prologue. Victory requires more than just you and your partner thinking alike. You have to be in sync. Capitalized. Okay. I do kind of like the art style. It's very sort of bubbly and cute. Definitely looks escape room-y. I like the pixel art on the walls. I think that's very cute. All right, cool. Needs a save function. Fun game needs a save function. Yes, you definitely do need a save function. 10 out of 10 soundtrack. All right, cool. Let's check out what their main game is. Wait, do they have a link to their main game? Oh no, play and sync. Did you not link to your main game on your store page? You didn't. Ah! Don't do that. You have to have a link to your main game in your store page. You can put it like right here, and then people can click through and wishlist your main game when they play this one. Okay. Am I correct in assuming? Yeah, there's no trailer for this one. Odd choice. I would definitely add a trailer. Like show someone interacting with this map thing or solving a puzzle with their friend. Right now, we have no information. We also don't see the other player, which is kind of curious because this is obviously a multiplayer game. So very strange to not have a visual of you interacting with and helping your friend. Kind of strange there. All right. Well, let's check the chart. 166 people playing it now. Very nice. Let's see. They only got 27 followers for their prologue, which is very strange. There's a lot of people playing this game for a game with only 27 followers. Went up on the 3rd of February. Huh. Okay, wait. Let's check their main games charts. They only have 70 followers. Wow. Huh. I'm very impressed by the number of people that they got to play the game. I mean, they're not doing badly. No, they are. Okay, so their prologue has a reasonably good followers per day, but their main game does not. Curiouser and curiouser. Well, what am I going to guess for this one? They have probably around 300 people who've already tried it. I'm going to say, I'm going to guess my low estimate is 13. I think my high estimate is going to be 45. Best of luck to Clockout Games. And our last game is File Destined. File Destined has 15 positive reviews, 1 negative review, for a total of $16 reviews, not $16. It is on sale for $9.44, down from $10.49. Developed and published by Metavision Studio. Metavision. File Destined. Can this last case of Oliver all be just a small part of a bigger picture? Gather clues, unravel the mystery, and having trouble speaking right now. Gather clues, unravel the mystery behind the case, and uncover the truth. Okay, that was cool. They threw a door. Wait, can we look at that again? That's very cool. All right, so we're zooming around on the floor, and there's a little. Come on. There's a teddy bear, and then they throw a door at the wall, and then the door opens. That's so cool. Okay, so we're definitely dealing with a spooky, dark environment and children's toys. Overall, a very well put together little trailer there. Didn't show us any gameplay, but that does not always necessary. Made in Unreal. Come on, stop. Stop turning back on when I jump through the trailer. Okay, we have more spooky environments, but no gameplay. Interesting that they do not show gameplay in the trailers. Definitely looks like a spooky game, though. Yep, crawling around in the dark. We do have a gun. That's interesting. Looks like we can shoot things at some point. Evil teddy bears. Always fun. Yeah, looks like a surrealist horror game. Very good, a psychological horror game. Only played for an hour. So it looks like this is about an hour long. Cool. All right, so this is a high-end short-form horror game. Very nice. Wait. Let's check their charts. $21 people playing right now. Some play on Twitch. Quite a lot of play on Twitch. Look at that. 13,000 viewers and then 20,000 viewers. Short form horror games. They can get played on Twitch, I think. But we can see that they played all the way through it, right? Yeah. So if this game is about an hour long, they played all the way through it. They played all the way through it. And then they were done. Okay. January 13th. $95 followers. So they're doing quite well in terms of number of reviews. I think that those Twitch sales definitely pushed them, because they would normally have about 3 reviews, but the two Twitch streams probably septupled their initial revenue. Don't have bad followers per day. Didn't give themselves a ton of time, but they seem to have done relatively well. No, they did basically no marketing during January and early February, and then did a little bit of marketing in the last few days. So not the best choice, but hey, however they managed to pull off getting this to happen, good job. Oh, and they've already picked up 2 additional reviews in the time since I scraped, which was like 45 minutes ago. So yeah, not doing badly. Okay, so I think my low estimate on this one is going to be 30. I think my high estimate on this one is going to be 150, I think. Yeah, silver spoons here seems about right. Yeah. All right, that does it for me. I'm going to bid you all a very happy Sunday afternoon. Pet your cats, don't get lost in the snow, and have a good one.